chronic cheat, and he has no form of respect for either me or the kids. She says, currently we're blessed with a 14-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old son. There's no one too small for him to woo. Is it in the house we live, or its environs, or at his place of work? I resigned from my job as an accountant early this year to focus on my shop that is not too far from his. But what a grave regret that was. My husband's shameless attitude further came clearer to me. Even single mothers and some married women are not left out. My next door neighbor at shop wasn't left out. He does not respect himself, but always demanding total respect from me and the kids. She says this same man slept with a dirty teenage sales girl right inside our matrimonial home and left all traces on the ground. Whenever I challenge him on the act, he always turns the table around. His mother can't talk to him, nor his elder brother, because he is the breadwinner in the family. At the end of every misunderstanding we had, his family would tell me to apologize to him for peace to reign. With tears and heavy heart, I will apologize for things that I'm not to be blamed for. All these happen in which I always kept away from my people. My elder sister is an highly aggressive person. A hint from me will scatter everything. My mom, says, may her rest in peace. Her soul rest in peace. Always tell me to be patient in everything. She says, being a very old and hypertensive person, I kept her in the dark as well. My said husband paid another apartment over a month ago, but didn't inform me about it. His reason I don't understand, but all his family members are aware already. She says, I know you will also ask if I don't have my own flaws. Says, but I bet you I'm a good wife, I'm a good mother, a wonderful cook, neat and quiet and calm, a calm person to the core. I have never had a fight or an argument with anyone around my area. I always prevented to be heard by anyone around if we're having any fight, but he always takes advantage of this to attract neighbors so that I will be ashamed to talk. He always threatened me with a divorce whenever issues come up. I'm losing my mind right now. He's not physically abusing me, but emotionally, which is killing me gradually.
Wow.
Quite a lengthy story.
Yes, it is.
But it's also really disheartening.
It is. I mean, what I'm going to look at it from the angle is that I'm sure that this story is the story of so many people, maybe on both sides. You know, there's a number of women that I believe that are going through this same experience. Because the truth is, you know, cheating and having extramarital affairs, it's a common thing in our society. It is almost becoming a norm, except if you're deceiving yourself and you're not seeing what's happening around the town.
How do you deal with a chronic cheating husband?
How do you deal with a thief? How do you deal with a liar or whatever? It's a question of how much you can take. For that one specifically, specifically, it's a question of, look, if you can't deal with it,
yes,
you know, because it's tough to the best way, if you look for how to help, all right, if you've explored different ways of helping the person to change. Now, but that's one thing that is difficult to change. That's another thing. So sometimes it's a question of, if you can't take it anymore and it's becoming chronic, because it's
because she said
a tough place to find yourself.
She said she's actually really drained. So I had a conversation with her. We spoke and I asked her, so what is coming to your mind right now? Do you want to see this work out? Do you want to see him change? Or what is it that is coming to mind regarding this situation you're in? And she says she just wants to be financially stable and then leave the marriage. So from the look of things, he is like the all-in-all financially for both his family and for her as well.
Yeah.
Right? And he listens to nobody. So that's another thing she complained about, that how his mom cannot talk to him, his friends zero. His elder brother is now his younger brother, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
So because he takes care of the exactly. So it's more or less there's nobody to talk to him, nobody can correct him. So she's already seen a dead end at that place. That no, I just want to be able to fend for myself, fend for my children, and then leave the marriage. That's what's on her mind right now.
So it's a dangerous place for a man to be in a position where no one can talk to you. I think that a lot of men want to enjoy that because they believe that I'm a man of power and all that. It's power.
Yeah.
But it's dangerous. It will ruin you faster than you think. It will not just ruin you. You might be enjoying the power, so to speak, that comes with it. But it's going to ruin the relationships around you. The relationships you have.
Yeah.
And look, who are you and what are you without relationships, without people around you, without people
who can actually tell you to your face
that
you're doing something wrong.
That is why every man should at least have a mentor. Even if it's a secret, someone you look up to secretly, or someone who you guys have conversations from time to time. Because this like station of nobody can do anything to me. And when a man is in that position, you can do and undo, which is pretty much what is happening with this man right now.
Yeah, part of the thing she also mentioned was that he doesn't even take care of her emotionally. She has never enjoyed her marriage, because I asked her, okay, when did this whole thing start? Was it at the beginning of the relationship and all? She said that it has always been, but it was not this much. It was not this chronic.
Yeah.
That, it became worse along the line. And she said she's never really experienced emotional connection with him. He doesn't take care of her out. All he does is just send money and they're fine. He goes out, he travels. He never calls to find out how the family is doing and all of that. And that has been ongoing for quite a long time. More or less, it's just like the man is being detached, from the family.
Yeah.
That's how it feels. And she's really in a not so good place right now, and she needs our help.
All right, she needs our help. Lagos, what would you tell this person in the clinic? You heard the story. Chronic cheating husband, and to her face, no regard, no respect. What should she do? I mean, the man is even threatening divorce whenever she wants to make a case. She has really no one to talk to.
The reason he can even threaten her with a divorce, despite his own, bad attitude, let's call it as it is, it shows that she is highly dependent on him.
Yep.
And that he has seen as a weakness or something to hold on to threaten her and to shake her a bit and keep her, right? Anything. She also mentioned that whenever she tries to confront the situation from her message, whenever he tries to, he turns it against her, that she's the reason
the thing is happening, and then she now has to apologize. You're hurting, man. That's some emotional torture. But the truth is, the tables will turn. That's one thing I can say for sure. The tables are going to turn. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow. You can't sow seeds on it. The tables will turn. I'm sure about that. And I think there's even an answer to our problem in our story. But let's leave it for Lagos to talk, and then of course we'll give our submissions as we proceed.
Remember, she is listening. She chose to be anonymous, and her dummy name is BC. It's a no judgment zone.
Please.
All right, it's a no judgment zone. I know that we can criticize, but please, it has to be constructive.
Your advice is what we want to hear, straight up.
0700 993 993 993. The female only line is 01 465 7190. If you want to drop a WhatsApp message, you can do that too.
On 0809 597 5805. At 0809 597 5805. Hello, good morning.
What's up, Lagos?
Chance the live.
Okay, so this story is sounding very similar to two stories I know of a father and a son.
Okay.
So I know this man who was in that position, the only educated man in his family, and was the breadwinner somewhat to his entire family and his wife's entire family. He wasn't abusive per se. He wasn't this bad as I am hearing. But he did not listen to anybody because he felt like nobody was intelligent enough to tell him anything.
Yeah.
He also felt that nobody was in his situation, and since you're not in his situation, you can't make any meaningful contribution. And it made him make so many drastic decisions that would make anybody frown, but he didn't care because he felt he was high up there. And what can you do? E.g., marrying his wife's sister when she died.
Wow.
Now, his son has taken up after him. His son doesn't listen, even though the son is not in that position of most eligible bachelor in the family. I don't know if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
He has other siblings that are doing better than him, but he still doesn't listen because, I mean, he watched his dad get away with everything by not listening, and it passed on.
Wow.
On talking to the son as well, I figured that he also has the same opinion that nobody can tell him anything because they are not in that situation, or they are not,
They can't-
intelligent enough to make meaningful contributions. So I think that these people that don't listen have a way of looking down on everybody else.
What do you think? What do you think BC should do in this situation?
I think DC should try to. She may not have the resources to start a business per se, but she can try the middleman kind of business where you don't have to put in your resources and just start something. I don't know. She needs to really research and start something lucrative that makes her a middleman. That where she doesn't have to invest capital, but still make money.
All right. Make money, that's a key word from the advice.
Yeah.
She needs to improve her
Financially
income.
stable.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
I love you people. This is first time of getting your radio.
Wow. Good
thank
to
you.
hear from you.
My beloved, I've been in a situation like that.
Wow.
BC has already made the mistake. She started it. She has already trained the man to be brute. So to untrain him now will be very hard. What she will do is to become a widow in her heart. That's truth. She become a widow. She look at that man as if he does not exist.
Wow.
Don't call. Don't do anything with him. If he comes, good morning, morning. If you not see him, don't come. Just ignore him. When she do it for 6 months, that man will start thinking that there's something that is encouraging her. He will come back. I had a parents in my school that has such a challenge. Every time she will be crying, she will go and beg the man, force the man to sleep with her. I gave her this same advice. She started. Before 3 months, the husband came back and started asking, who is encouraging you? Who is that man? You know? Let BC do all she can to make herself happy. Let the man become a dead man to her. I assure you in the next 6 months she will come back. Because if BC wants to leave now, she will lose. Such men, they don't last. Once he has already broken the age, the mother is angry, everybody is angry. Yeah, his lifespan is shortening with the bitterness of people around him. And the way he's reckless, his health is getting deteriorated. In the next in the next few years now, he will be down with sickness. So let BC wait. She will enjoy at last.
Right.
Don't go, BC. I say don't go.
Okay.
Hold on. Let him be a dead man to you. Very soon you will inherit everything and enjoy.
Okay.
All right. Thank
Wow.
you. Appreciate. Wow.
Wow, that was blunt.
That was some blunt.
That was blunt.
You know, I said
That was
something about the
blunt.
tables turning.
Yeah. that
And
was blunt.
I love that advice.
You know, I was going to say,
So someone will be alive, but the
in
wife
your
believes
heart,
that he's dead.
yeah. The thing
Wow.
is, from the conversation I had with her, what just came to mind that I was going to tell her is she should love herself. She has placed so much dependency on this man. Dependency when it comes to emotional
Yeah.
stability, financial stability, and whatnot.
That's what you mean.
You know, so she has she has put in that much dependency, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's just that it's the wrong person who you have
Yeah.
invested so much dependency on.
Yeah.
Right. That is actually what keeps a marriage together. You know, dependency on each other.
Yeah.
Right. But it becomes a problem when the person who you were putting that kind of dependency on is not reciprocating, when
Yeah.
that person is not doing the same, being
Yeah.
vulnerable back to you just
Yeah.
as much as you are being vulnerable to the person as well.
It hurts.
So it hurts. That's
Yeah.
where she is right now. So she has to come back to herself, to loving herself, as though this person is not loving her. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to
Absolutely,
say.
totally. I totally agree with you. What should BC do for those who are still joining us? Is a family clinic. BC is in the clinic. She needs help. A chronic cheating husband who doesn't hide it at all. There's everybody, mama, corner,
Everybody.
neighbor in the
And
market.
he doesn't care about,
Someone
nobody can talk to
selling
him.
alagbo, passing on the street. Hey, fine girl, come here. Now, mama, give you all this thing. Anyways, 23 minutes past out of 11. Hello.
Hello.
Move away from your radio, please. There's a holdback. Appreciate.
Okay, do call us back if you can. 0700 993 993 993. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Custodian and custodian. Top of the day to you.
Top of the day to you as well.
Last caller has actually hit the nail
On the head.
Yeah.
And the Bible said in the book of Proverbs chapter 15, commit your heart desire in the hands of God. He shall bring all of them to success. And he goes further in that same chapter that when the man says he's wicked, he will send another wicked man to destabilize him, to bring it down to a not to a halt. And that when a man with special reference to women love God, he will make the enemy of women to be a servant unto them. So the advice that woman gave just now, including the in-law Tekes, is the best solution to it.
All right.
She should not regard the husband as a god, but rather as not. And then the naughty hair will be dancing to please her in later on if she's willing to accept back.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Out of Lagos.
Just alive.
This Lekki.
Welcome, Blakey.
What should BC do?
Okay, for me, I mean, most of the people are already talking well. And I want to talk on what Mrs. Anders said, that the woman should try make himself happy.
Yeah.
Because people like that, they believe that without them, we can't,
Yeah.
you can't be free, you can't be happy.
Yeah.
And that is sort of their money or whatever.
Yeah.
So what the woman can do is to let the man know that you will down and you can be happy.
That's right.
To make him know. So whatever I want to do is to go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Okay. Well said, Leke.
Make herself happy. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. Yes.
Yes. Quickly, you have 30 seconds. We'll do for a
Abiola
break.
from Owe.
Welcome, Abiola. Quickly, let's hear your contribution.
Yes, sir. Please, she should think about this. She has to account for any decision she takes now.
Yes.
This is marriage. It is not child's play. She will stand before God one day to account. Whatever advice anybody is giving her, she should remember that.
All right. Wow. That's in a more tough place to put yourself than. Anyway, we'll go on a break.
Grow a business in Nigeria. Your connections have to be strong. And I'm not talking about some godfather in the villa.
With the Tekes.
With the Tekes. And we have BC, right? That's her dummy name. It's
Yep.
not her real name because she chose to be anonymous. She sends us this message and then she needs our help. So I'm going to take her story again. For those of you who were just tuning, you didn't catch up the story when I read it earlier. So her story reads, my husband is a chronic cheat and no form of respect for either me or the kids. It says we're currently blessed with a 14-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old son. There's no one too small for him to woo. He says, is it in the house we live? Is it in its environs or at his place of work? I resigned from my job as an accountant early this year to focus on my shop that is not far from his. But what a grave regret that was. My husband's shameless attitude further became clearer to me. Even single mothers and some married women are not left out. My next neighbor at shop wasn't left out. He does not respect himself, but always demanding total respect from me and the kids. The same man slept with a dirty teenage sales girl right inside our matrimonial home and left all traces on the ground. Whenever I challenge him on the act, he always turns the table around. His mother cannot talk to him, nor his elder brother, because he's the breadwinner in the family. At the end of every misunderstanding we had, his family would tell me to apologize to him for peace to reign. With tears and a heavy heart, I will apologize for things that I'm not to be blamed for. All these happen in which I always kept away from my people. She says my elder sister is an highly aggressive person. A hint from me to her will scatter everything. My mom says, may God rest her soul, may she rest in peace. Always tells me to be patient in everything. Being a very old and hypertensive person, I kept her also in the dark. My said husband paid for another apartment over a month ago, but didn't inform me about it. His reason I don't understand, but all his family members are aware already. As I know you would ask if I don't have my own flaws, but I bet you I'm a good wife, a good mother, a wonderful cook, neat, a quiet and calm person to the core. I've never had a fight nor argument with anyone around my area. I always prevented to be heard by anyone around if we're having any fight, but he always take advantage of this to attract neighbors so that I will be ashamed to talk. He always threatened me with a divorce whenever issue comes up. I'm losing my mind right now. He's not physically abusing me, but emotionally, which is killing me gradually. So that's BC's story. And she actually does need our help as to telling her how best she can handle the situation. But she says she's emotionally drained.
Yeah, she would be emotionally drained. Now, let's take it off a bit. I'm just, because usually stories in the clinic are not, we're not sticking strictly with the story itself. We also look at people who possibly will be facing the same
thing.
Usually you have people calling and say, I know the story. I've been in this same situation. So what do you think? What do you think is happening with the man? Because the man is the problem here, even though it's a woman that needs the help.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think is happening with the man? I'm throwing that out there to everyone. What do you think is going on? Because sometimes, of course, he's a cheating man, but
something must have warranted that.
There are key points to take note of. One of them is the fact that he went to pay for an apartment.
Yeah.
Secondly, he's also talking about divorce all the time. So perhaps the man has moved on as far as he's concerned.
Yeah.
He doesn't want. Maybe he has regrets.
There's some kind of disconnect.
Like, look, and there's so many things that could cause that. It's either you meet a karashika. If you
that's
meet,
giving you something that's
if you meet a karashika,
right.
All you want to do is, you want to even run away with that person and just go
Forget
away
your family.
and forget your family. And so that means she might also need to fight a spiritual battle.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, there was some level of connection and love that led them to be
getting married.
And
being married for 15 years.
Absolutely. And she needs to love herself, but she also, go into some spiritual warfare. It's necessary. It's necessary because the man it might look like, it's his decision, he's making his decision, but it could be that it could be possessed or someone is just dragging
him from from his family.
Life is spiritual. We can't just look at life physically.
I get that, right? I get that. But in that prayer for the man, I don't want it to be, this is just me, right?
Yeah.
I don't want it to come from a place of, change my husband so that I can have a good home, or change it has to be that, okay, help him, take care of him, arrest him, like not making it look like, if he doesn't change, I won't be better.
No.
If he doesn't change, I'm not going to be fine.
Move on, but still
have him in mind. I think that's where it should come from.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, still, she has to heal. She has to be fine. She has to be emotionally stable. She has to love herself. She has to take back her dependency.
Yep.
At least for this time being, she actually needs to own and get back her dependency. Absolutely. Emotionally and financially, she has to do that.
Totally. So Lagos, let's hear more from you. What do you think BC should do? And we'll have some messages coming in as we proceed. The numbers are 0700 993 993 993. If you're a lady out there, there's a special line for you, and that's 01 465 7190.
Okay. Okay, this person here is saying, sad as the lady in question sound, but did you hear from the husband before rushing? Did you confirm? Okay. Thank you for your concern.
Who is that person?
Let me see. Pascal from Isolo here says, people will say I blame the government a lot. Okay, this one's not for us. Let me see. This one says, BC knew this all along. At least they dated before getting married. I guess she thought she was going to cope. This coming from Dewumi. Remember, we said it's a no judgment zone. Right now, we're talking about BC and not BC's husband, even though, yes, he's the reason she is feeling this way, right? Yeah. But we're trying to address the situation and not the individual.
That's right. People change. People change for different reasons. So you can't say, she knew all along. She may not. It may not necessarily have been that way.
Okay, quite a number of this Henry from Anthony here says, good morning. The Tekes cheating is most common because most women seek financial security in marriage instead of someone who loves them. The moment you said the man is the sole breadwinner, I totally understood this scenario. Most women would reject a man when he is not financially stable. He needs love, but everyone will tell him a broke man has no reason to love. Like, seriously, he says. And then he says, and when the man makes the money, he believes he can have as many women since he now has the money, and later the society will call him scum. Whereas women ruin men's mentality about love. With the rejections and frustration I have gotten from ladies I really loved and tried to approach, I don't think I can ever be faithful to any woman when I finally stable financially, not even in marriage. It says, check out most successful marriages. It is mostly when the man found love without being too rich per se. Okay. All right.
Some sense in that.
Well, to some extent. Someone here says, so sad. I can only imagine what the lady is going through. In my own case, the recent behavior of my wife is pushing me out to cheat. Wow. I'm trying so hard not to. Now I realized it's wrong to be open-minded to your spouse because they later take advantage to it. He says she should just pray for God's intervention because it appears the man doesn't listen anymore. Well, I'm so sorry that you also have that experience with your wife.
Man, he said he's pushing him and he's trying to
hold back and fight it.
Man, it's a tough place to find yourself, man. Really tough place.
Emmanuel from Mushi says, good morning to Tekes. The problem with the cheating partner is not no matter what you say, it can't change them. It's just like telling someone who is a chain smoker to stop smoking. They can only change when they encounter what would almost take their whole life. They would change by themselves. She should just leave him, if possible, buy him enough condoms. To him, he would be surprised. The honest truth is that you can't change people. People change if they want to change. Emmanuel from Mushi.
All right. I think the lady is clear. She's not even about, I want to change. She wants her peace and her freedom. And she wants to get herself back. She's been hurt.
Absolutely.
All right, for the minutes now, we take a message. I think this blog is right here with some message for 1 minute, and then we'll continue with the show. For those who are streaming, keep streaming. We have you could take your messages on YouTube and on Facebook too. For those who like to comment on our story in the clinic today, we'll take more calls right after this minute. This message in a minute. Yes. The stories right here for your contribution on the family clinic. Someone is dealing with a cheating husband and she needs advice.
Okay. Let me see. Bobby on WhatsApp here says, "What's up, Lagos?" He says, "Please, so many people will not understand this. I have a friend like this also. Please tell her to marry her son and daughter. He cannot stop. Keep her job or her shop. Forget him for now. It's painful, but bear it later. He will sort for you."
That's right.
Okay. All right. Right. So this person here says, "Good morning. Thank you for handling this case early as this. I introduced BC to your programs. BC is one of the best lady I have met.
Wow.
Very apt. She told me she was introduced to us a program through a friend who is a listener. Apparently that's the friend who is sending the message now."
All right. Don't mention the friend name, so no cast BC.
No. So the friend here says, "BC is one of the best lady I have met. Very humble, neat, caring, and respectful. But the husband don't know how. This is
How what?
How what? Okay, he says until he loses her. Now apparently this is a friend who introduced BC
to the program. Anyways, let's take more messages before I ask the question of whether you think BC would have seen the light right now and we're forming a decision from all what has been said on the program.
Right. Hello. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning.
What's up, Lagos?
Chester Live.
Yeah, this is Moses.
Okay.
First, just as people have been saying before, some people were saying stay because you will enjoy. Let me ask, if that man is Richard, will anybody advise us to stay? I don't know. Hello?
Go ahead.
Well, listen,
We're listening to you.
Yeah, Moses, we like your advice. This is very sensitive matter. It's not a judging. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a fact you should know. Number one, if a man is sick, whatever he carries outside is going to give it to you. Your life is at stake.
Okay.
And apart from that, the decision is left for you to make. You have to weigh things. I won't tell you to leave your husband's house, and I won't tell you to stay in your husband's house. But all I know, there should be time for separation. The Bible did not say you divorce when you separate. You are only protecting yourself. You are still married to him, but you are not just staying with him.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
But you see, the love for wealth is one thing that kills us more. Sometimes you need to let somebody know that I love you not because of what you have. So if you're thinking because of what you have, that's what I'm saying. That's why you're treating me that way. You walk away, the person will respect you.
Right.
That is why the elder brother can become a brother. Because if anything should happen to that man, she will still face the family. If the family cannot talk to the man because he has money, then they will fight over his wealth. So it's not about is he wealthy or no. Is it the wealth that is still buying you, buying your life till you die?
Right. You made your point. I mean, he said some very deep things there.
Yeah, true.
But Moses is always...
Yeah, he's
Moses
harsh.
always
He's
ginger.
very... he's quite an emotional person.
Yeah, absolutely. but that's the truth.
Yeah.
I love the suggestion of separation because separation is not necessarily divorce, but just for your sanity, for your safety, for your... Because at the end of the day, you don't know where it's going to, what's going to bring your way. You still interact one way or the other. So, very true, Moses.
This person here says the flirting spirit has taken over him. She should keep praying. I think that's what he's saying.
Okay.
All right.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tekes.
Good morning. What's
Good morning.
your name?
My name is Michael.
Welcome, Michael.
I just want to say this thing they call depression. It is true. It is real. Just what I'm passing through now.
Okay.
And even as I speak, I just say, let me just hear it out because there's a way whereby the burden, the thinking will be too much.
Okay.
I might do something to myself.
Wow.
Life. I listened to Rufai on Sunday. Life is wicked probably or bad. If probably when you need help or assist, if you're not able to meet the right people. But people who meet the right people will say life is beautiful.
Yeah.
But as I speak, life is not.
Are you saying that because you think that you haven't been meeting the right people?
Yes. Let me not say I think so.
You haven't been meeting
My
the right
wife,
people?
yes. We needed help. Even somebody who chooses to help us is asking my wife for something else in return.
You want to sleep with your wife just so they can help you?
Exactly. Even me, my friends, if you meet people who do regard you, when you open up to them, look at what you're passing through, they will start saying you like, oh, sorry, I'm busy later. And I wonder why his life is like that.
All right.
As I speak to you, my kids are sick, bills on my neck. Even sometimes I'll be walking on the road, I'll just say, let the car just hit me. Let me just rest.
No.
That's the way I feel.
All right. You know what? You know what? Someone's going to get your number. We'll talk further on this. But listen on your radio. Calm down. Keep your emotions together. I know it's a tough place to find yourself. Don't listen on your radio. And I would certainly follow up and hear from you. We'll give you a listening ear. And remember, you have us as your friends. Can't kill yourself now. When you have friends in Tekes, you now want to go. We'll talk to you, and then we'll take it off. You see, it's a common happening. Sometimes you have to learn about life the hard way. And about people and human beings the hard way, just so you can be strong. So don't let this is too small to bring you down. It's too small. So just hang on there, be strong, and listen on your radio.
Yeah, someone will get your number now.
Someone will get your number, right? All right, just hang on.
Yeah.
Someone will get
Wow.
So that's why I like to be blunt with people about life and all. Don't go about telling. Don't try to do that pity stuff. So maybe you are facing something. You're overwhelmed. It is to talk to God. No human being will give you answers to the problems you face, because human beings, you can't trust anybody. You can't trust anybody to tell you not to use it against you. That is the truth of the matter. Sometimes you just have to learn that way, and this is a painful experience, especially when you trust people and your trust is broken.
Right. We need to go on a break, and when we come, hopefully we'll be able to come back and wrap up the show. And I'm hoping at this point BC has already, to some extent, come up with what she needs to do to tackle the situation she's in.
All right.
We'll be right back.